So as I mentioned in the introduction, TFT is slightly different from EFT in that you have specific tapping algorithms. So you're tapping on a specific point for a certain amount of times in a certain routine, and that is for a specific experience that you're having. So for example, this one, we've got depression or pain. Now, I said that this can be a really good one if you don't like tapping through the points and saying things. The caveat with that is you've got the gamut point sequence that you do, the 9-point gamut sequence that you do at the end to seal the practice. Like EMDR as a somatic process, it's to do with eye movement. So you've got the eye movement in there as well to sort of set the practice in. So if it's about feeling silly, then it might be a toss-up between the two. I personally really like it. It's obviously going to work better if you're not going to be interrupted. You can do it in a nice quiet spot at home, most likely. I don't know, you might have zero fucks and want to do it anywhere. Like, totally your call. But I'll go over the gamut sequence at the end as well. So I've grouped these two together. So we've got for pain or for depression, because the algorithms are really similar. Both use the gamut point, which is between the bone of your ring finger and your little finger, and about halfway down, there's a little soft spot there, and you just tap with your two fingers, and that should be it there. You want to tap it nice and soft, because if you tap it too aggressively, it's probably going to get sore. And it might still even get sore and sensitive if you have high sensitivity to touch. So find what's right for you. The only difference is you've got depression, you're tapping the gamut point for 30, and the pain one, you're tapping it for 50. Now, I'm not going to lie, I'm not ace at doing the counting. I almost find I don't have the patience, or maybe a little bit of demand avoidance to it. So I just kind of go for a while. Once you've done your 30 or your 50, depending on whether it's depression or pain, then you're going to go 5 taps underneath the collarbone. Now, before you even start, you probably want to take a stock of how intense the feeling is. So between 1 and 10, 10 being super depressed or very much in pain, to 1 being not really anything at all, totally fine. So you go through your points, so you do your algorithm. So that's it. You've only got the 30 or the 50. So 30 for depression or 50 for pain on the gamut point there. So just 2 fingers between that ring finger and little finger point. And make sure as well, it's really tempting, especially with me speaking, to hold your breath. You want nice deep breaths as you're doing this as well. So once you got your 30 or your 50, then you've got your 5 underneath the collarbone. And then each time you can check in, you take a nice deep breath. And see what the number is. Each time you do it, notice if it's coming down, if it's changing. It's a really good idea to have like a notepad or something so you can actually write down where it started and where it's going to. And you can do it as many rounds as you want. And once you've brought it down to a level of 1 or 2, maybe even 3, depending on your time, then you can go in and do the sealing practice with the gamut point. So what you would do then is go back to your gamut point. I know it's a lot of times on the gamut point. And then what you would do is you start tapping, and you're probably going to have about 5 taps per part. So you start by closing your eyes, and then you open your eyes. You're going to look down and then to the left. Bring it back to the center. You're going to look down and to the right. Then back to the center. Then you're going to do a circle. So let's go to the bottom, left, up, round. Oh, this is a test of coordination, isn't it? Tapping and doing the circles, and then looking down to the right, up, around, and back down. Okay, this is where we're going to start humming. So you're still tapping your gamut point there. Might need to, like me, check where it's at. So you start humming. So we're going do the left and right side of the brain. So we're going to go or any tune you fancy. And then count 1 to 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, then back into your humming. Getting into it. And then to seal it off, this is like a extra point where you're going to look down and really slowly start looking all the way up. And then you're done. Nice deep breath. And then see how you're feeling after that. Yes, I was humming Cisco's thong song for that. I told you, you can go with anything you want. And if anything, that's only going to help. So that's your TFT for pain or depression. So play around with it. See if you like it. See if you prefer it to EFT. You might find a combination of both is brilliant. They're just really, really great methods of just calming your nervous system using a nice, easy somatic practice where you can reconnect with your body and just ground a bit. Love it. I hope you enjoyed that.